I'm uploading a video right now about white people who comment under my posts or feel like they can relate to what I'm saying when it comes to the black community and me holding the black community accountable. Or if they feel like they can't relate, they're coming here to defend the black community against me, right? Because they're assuming that I'm coming from a place of, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm speaking out of my ass. Black people have been through a lot. You, I, I'm not going to be rude. I'm not going to be rude to you. But the entitlement is just, it makes sense. It makes sense, right? But this is why I say racism and the way that white people think is a sickness. Because to collectively be the reason for the behavior of the black community, the traits and behaviors that have been passed down generationally, which are the bad behaviors, to then come in and try to own and defend as if they're your babies and as if they don't have the capacity to be held accountable is annoying as fuck to me. It's annoying because what you're saying is they deserve to behave badly. And to that, I will say, kiss my ass and kiss everybody's ass that you're trying to make stay in a nothing ass bitch position. And this is why I say love, because you have white people who come and park their bitch asses in the black community. And I'm sorry, it's making me upset because I'm trying to figure out how the fuck you think you can come over here and tell me that I can't talk to my people. Like, you're assuming that I'm well-spoken and that I'm attached from the community. I'm in the community. I've lived in this community my whole life. I've been a part of the community. I've done hair in this community. I've worked next to the people in this community. Because I have a high moral compass doesn't mean I've lived a different life. I think because you hear me say that I have Jamaican ancestry, that means that somehow I'm looking down on them. I'm telling you facts. And I've already told everyone, maybe you haven't caught the videos, that I have a unique position because all of these things about me are facts, but I've been nowhere else except for the black community. I just so happen to have an understanding that most people don't have. You're not listening to me because you're assuming that I just came from this different type of upbringing. I'm looking down because I think I'm better. No, I don't think I'm better. You think you're better because you think that black people are so fucking simple-minded that you have to come in and coddle them and baby them while they're behaving badly. Because you don't like white people. You stay your ass over there. Or if you're going to come over here and say, I just want to plant my ass in the black community and tell them everything they want to hear so that they can accept me because they've accepted me more than... You just sit down and you just be quiet. And black people should pay attention to the fact that there's white people who want you to stay helpless. They want you to keep begging. They want you to keep saying, man, this shit ain't fair, man. It's because we black, ain't it? They don't want you to liberate yourself. Because if you liberate yourself, then you're going to look at them and say, why are you here? That's what's going to happen naturally. You're going to say, what do you want? You're going to have enough self-esteem. You're not going to be in a victimhood mentality. You're going to say, I have the power. And then they won't be attracted to who you are anymore. Because if you ever hear me talk about there's a certain personality type or a certain when I talk about the white woman, it's a certain type of white woman that comes over here. If you actually raised your standard, they could not sit by you anymore. You relate on the nothing ass bitch mentality that both of you have at the moment. If they didn't have the nothing ass bitch mentality and they was like, girl, you deserve to sulk, you deserve to cry, you deserve to just be weak and not have no more, and just be like, I don't care, I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want to. They're attracted to that low vibration. It has nothing to do with race at that point. Those people come over because they're attracted to your low vibration. Okay? That's what they are. They see you get online and say, I'm helpless. And then they come and they say, I'm sticking with you. I'm standing with you. If you was to say, I'm happy, they're gonna comment some shit, and I've had this happen several times. Like I'm saying, at this point it's a pattern. They're gonna say, well, all of us aren't happy. I'm glad you're happy. That's not how life works. I'm not judging those people, but you have to understand when somebody is insulting you. Have to understand when somebody's actually rooting for you, and when somebody's actually saying you're not going nowhere. I like where you are because I can relate to that. You don't have to like me when I tell you the truth. You don't have to, but it's the truth. If I say to you that if you don't get food stamps no more, for example, you can still survive with no food stamps, right? Those type of people don't want to hear, so what I need to do is budget. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna spend this and I'm gonna be okay. And then the next day you get on here and you make a video and you say, God is so good. My kids ate today and that's all that mattered, and we was good. And you know what I'm saying? We went out to the park and we smiled at each other and I just felt the presence of God. If you just said something, I'm just using any random example, they're not gonna be satisfied with that. Those type of people that attach themselves to you are gonna say, some of us don't have the privilege of getting sun today because the sun, it burns me. Those are the people you're attracting. When I go to comment sections and I see them white people in the comment section, it's always like, I believe you. I believe you. I'm standing with you. And it sounds empowering. But when you hear the correction and you go, oh, hey, you don't have to suffer, you actually get mad at me. You actually say, you're being too positive. That's the devil. Okay? Whatever you want to call it. I'm calling it the devil right now. But it's a low vibration that's attracting them to you. Okay? This is why I made the video before this one where I'm telling the white people, if you are leaving your community because you want to plant your ass in the black community because you like debauchery, you like, oh, black men are fun and they just know how to have a good time and I love it. I don't care what color nobody's skin is. I could never love somebody who don't take care of their children. I could never love, and I've done it before in the past, but you know, them niggas be lying, so they be having us gassed up. But as soon as I learn, oh, you ain't shit. You're lying on this woman. You're lying. These people are like, oh, she ain't shit. Same thing within the community. You can tell a black woman, or a black man can tell a black woman, oh, my ex ain't shit. And what is she gonna do? Believe you. Believe the man and say, oh, she must be. A smart woman, a smart healed woman will hear that and say, well, they're not gonna make a judgment at first, but they're gonna start asking questions and say, well, did you try? Well, we got to get down to the bottom of this. We got to get down to the bottom of this. And guess what? Guess who don't like that? The black men don't like it. They just want you to go to court and fight the woman with them and believe them and still give them pussy. But these women don't understand. Right? So it's even that's when I'm saying I don't want these women to suffer, but they will have to suffer to understand. My son went to school the other day and left his deodorant. He didn't put no deodorant on. He called me before gym and said, Mommy, can you bring me some deodorant? I had to make the decision, no, I'm not going to bring you no deodorant. You keep asking me to do things that you forgot to do. The only way you're going to learn is if I leave you high and dry at least a few times. Does it break my heart? Yes, because I don't want him to be musty. I don't want him to have that experience. But I talked to my daughter, and I remember my experience, and we both said when I was musty, that I never forgot again.